Welcome to the very festive Bladtcast 2020 Christmas special. Christian Blatt here with Will Starling, Jeff DeRay, and joining us now, Santa Claus himself.
Wow.
The one, the only, the shockingly punctual
Not
Liev.
surprised
How are you,
it's driving.
He just wants us to see a washed out image of him driving. He doesn't actually want to talk to us. You know what? For the audio only listeners, that was going to probably be a little disappointing. But for people who saw the video, I don't know that we can ask for any more from him.
I honestly hope he doesn't come back. I hope that's all that we got. We got 15 to 20 seconds of him driving with blown out face.
We can't really see him. Yeah.
Classic.
I love that he was right on time. We couldn't see him. He didn't talk. And so now the next time I talk to him, he'll be like, no, I was there. And I got to be like, you know what, bro? You were there. I can't. It's not a lie. Anyway.
For anybody now coming in.
The only thing that would have made it better is if there had been like a Snapchat filter where like he was bubbling or something.
Yeah. Well, I think Will's a little disappointed that you popped back in, but we're very happy to sort of see you. You look like you're in the middle of quantum leaping, and I know that that's a nerd reference. I get it. But Liev, what would you like to say to Bladtcast Nation?
I can't believe you guys are still doing this.
I can't either. If you had to guess what number episode this is, what number do you think it is?
Oh my God, number too many.
Yeah, well, it's number 414.
I'm glad you guys adapted to the pandemic.
Yeah.
Are you also wearing a Snoopy Christmas theme thing? Because then we're both got Snoopies.
I am wearing a Snoopy Christmas shirt.
I, of course, have the most festive of Christmas shirts for our video viewers. The Die Hard video game that says Yippee-Ki-Yay at the top. And Jeff is dressed like the Brawny Paper Towel Man, which is very festive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Oh, my gosh. It's good. It's good to sort of see you.
Where are you driving?
I am driving home. I was supposed to be home by now like an hour ago, but I got last minute spots to do. You guys all understand how that works.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the studio? You're still going to the studio?
We never stopped going to the studio.
Oh, really?
I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand
that
that Liev is an essential worker.
That's right.
He don't get to do his job from home.
Yeah, I've already had the vaccine twice. That's how essential I am. I got it in this arm and this thigh, right here.
If while you're trying to do camera work on your phone, if you hurt yourself, caused an accident, as long as no one else, we would have to laugh. I want you to understand that, right?
Yeah, I get it.
We want a non-fatal accident, but if you like, I don't know, if you like ran into a fire hydrant or something, we would all have to laugh.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm gonna be home in like less than 5 minutes.
Do you want to pop back on in 5 minutes, even though we know that means even though we all know that means we'll never see you again?
No. It'll be 5 minutes.
All right. Well, just in case, it was nice seeing you. Have a Merry Christmas, but we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Happy day 6 of Hanukkah.
Yeah. Liev is our dad who's just going out for a pack of smokes, and then we don't see him for 20 years. But that's all right.
It's day 8. Happy day 8 of Hanukkah.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well,
I love that it's just a disconnect. There's never like, I'll call you guys back. All right, bye. It's just like
I actually did that.
Oh, okay.
As funny as it would be if he had an accident. Now, you guys actually, you guys have a hotshot producer meeting at the top of the hour, from what I hear. So we're gonna have to jam pack our Christmas cheer. I think that back in a different era, we might want to say that we would want to jam pack our Christmas the way we pack our Christmas fudge, but I don't think we can talk like that anymore. So I wouldn't say that. Not in 2020, and definitely not in 2021.
What's wrong with Christmas fudge? I love Christmas fudge.
It just depends on how you pack it. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I like a firmly packed, like a dense. You know what I mean? I don't like it too airy. I don't like it too airy. I like it very dense.
Yeah.
I think it's good that we're destigmatizing the love of dark chocolate.
Yes. Yeah. I think all chocolates should be given an opportunity to shine. I don't know. So Jeff, let me start with you. How's 2020 gone for you? Gangbusters?
Fan-fucking-tastic. Probably the best year I've had on record. Gotta say. It's just been aces for me. I'm pretty sure the rest of the world's suffering, but I'm just making out like gangbusters.
Yeah, although we do know your favorite activity is having multiple buckets of popcorn sitting in a movie theater, and 2020 has not been the year for that.
That's true.
That's true. I mean, speaking of, Chris Nolan's little like tirade towards HBO Max is interesting after his stinker of a movie lost so much money.
I know. Yeah. I was like, I'm sure the movie, I do want to watch it at some point, but I was like, hey man, you kind of can't be fucking pissed. Like, if you wanted to hold on to your movie, you should have just held on to it. Like, I'm sure contractually or studio wise, maybe it's not that simple, but like, then you can't come around. Warner Brothers made Tenet. Like, then you want to come out and be like, hey, also you guys can suck my dick. Like, I was like, dude, we're in a fucking global are you kidding me right now? I, for one, will see Wonder Woman 1984 on the big screen when it inevitably re-releases next year for a limited time. But until then, I'll watch it all.
I've heard people make, just as to give him the possible out, I've heard people try to accredit it as like they negotiated releasing Wonder Woman. They just made a blanket decision, which is why they're getting sued by like Legendary for all the rest of them. So It's like a slightly different situation. But obviously, Chris Nolan, whose film was already out, is not part of that negotiation. So he's not the person who needed to come and say anything. He's the person who needs to shut the fuck up, beg his brother to stop doing Westworld, and make movies with him again. That's what I think.
And I mean, we talked about the movie on this show, and I still stand by. Look, that was not the movie that was going to save the motion picture indoor theater industry. I think if you had Wonder Woman 84 come out in that same weekend, you would have made some real money, and not just like, I don't know about this. Any tentpole movie doesn't even have to. But if the James Bond movie had come out, if a big like blockbuster movie had come out, not some self-indulgent, Inception wannabe from the guy who happened to make Inception, which, Tenet is great to see once, but then it's like, if you have the urge to see it again, it's like, no, his other movies are better. I would rather watch that again, So yeah, I think it's interesting because, we were talking before we got started about how movies aren't really coming out this year. And I think we're in a year they can't have an Academy Awards next year. They already said that it's going to be in April. But I'm like, I think they're just going to have to double up and do 2 years. But speaking of Academy Awards, joining us now is Academy Award winner, the one, the only, Coltrane, literally joining us in Coltrane's corner.
Wow.
Yeah, basically. It's kind of how it works.
Yeah. Big shocker. You missed Liev. He was driving. We couldn't really see him.
It's like I clicked on. I got the alert that the Bladtcast was on. I was like, "What happened?" I thought you were gonna call me. I got nothing. And then I see Liev, and I'm like, "You guys are talking about him hitting a fire hydrant," and I was like, "Wow, that'd be funny." But and I mean, look, at least we know he's gonna be back in 3 minutes now. Definitely.
The clock is ticking. And Corby and Branson stopped in to say, "Hey, Merry Christmas. Can't stay long." You know what? You were already here longer than Liev, so thanks, Corby.
I heard they have medication for that.
Anyway, we were talking about that there really haven't been a lot of movies that have come out, and the movies that have been good have all gone out to streaming. I liked Palm Springs, which I believe is what that was called, but I saw it so long ago I forgot what the title was. I want to see the David Fincher Mank movie on Netflix, but I'm all bogged down in Star Trek Discovery and Mandalorian. I just don't have time for anything that isn't those two shows right now. But Coltrane, we were kind of going around talking about our 2020s. How is yours going? For those watching on video, is the wall behind you a mural of your favorite moments of 2020?
It's actually a window to outside because we had a blizzard yesterday, so it's just like no, that's just my dining room wall. But yeah. 2020, everyone was locked down, and for me, it was Tuesday. So it's, because basically, it's my year started out. I was taking care of my nephew, and then I did that mostly until they They went back to school at the beginning of September. And then from then, I've just been taking care of my mother's aunt, who's essentially my grandmother at this point. So it's like I went from staying at home, like taking care of my nephew, to staying at home, taking care of my mother's aunt. So, I mean, the only real difference is instead of having to watch my nephew play Fortnite all the time, I'm watching all the Hallmark Christmas movies. So I got that going for me.
And by the way,
you were going to say you were playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Now you're playing Fortnite. No, he's playing the PS5 Hallmark movie game. By the way, speaking of Hallmark movies, I watched. Well, it was a Lifetime movie. My wife wanted to see one because after however many years of all those movies, they finally did one with an Asian cast, and we watched it. And it's called like Sugar and Spice or something. Woo! That is a genre that is not for me. The Lifetime movie. Because it's designed so that after every commercial break, you're assuming the majority of your audience is watching for the first time. So you have to recap like, oh boy, I sure hope we can save the community center. Oh, don't forget you're up for that promotion. Also, the Big Bake Off is Friday. Yeah, we know.
You have really just summed up every one of the Lifetime / Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
That's literally the plot of all of them. There's like 8 to 10 actresses that like rotate through the main character, and otherwise that's essentially the exact same movie. Except
think about what
sometimes she's a publicist, but she got fired and had to go back to her hometown, which is Christmas Central, and she's got to set the big fair.
That's funny because the one that I saw, she's an architect, and she did go back to her home in Maine. And the only reason it's set in Maine is because they shot it in Canada and it was gray and miserable looking. So they're like, well, it's got to be somewhere colder than cold. But look, 2020 was not a great year for a lot of film industries, but specifically for the Hallmark Lifetime movie industry, because they lost their cash cow to the slammer, Aunt Becky, doing Hard Time. And I hope that next year's Christmas movies reflect, Christmas in solitary.
I mean, it
Christmas
is
in the Clink.
Disappointing. Like as soon as she went to jail, like all of her stuff was like pulled off of Hallmark, which was kind of
funny. No.
Boo! How long is she going to be in jail for?
It was like like the Murder She Wrote. Only she was an antique stealer or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I don't think she's going to be. I don't think she's going to be in jail much longer. Her husband has to do more time than her.
Yeah, of course. Son of a
well,
bitch, man.
And joining us again is Santa Leo.
Oh my God!
Can you believe this?
Look at your tree.
Are you using your phone or a computer, Liev?
I'm using my phone. Why? Does it suck?
Can you put it this way? Put it horizontal so that because your picture is, we want to be able to see that beautiful face. Just move the phone. Yeah, that helped. Perfect.
Is this better?
You know what? In all honesty, yes, it is better.
Couldn't work.
Oh my God, look at that. It's like getting a flat screen TV. So we were talking about Hallmark and Lifetime movies. Liev, what are some of your favorite Christmas movies? And I hope that they're something from Lifetime that we haven't, that none of us have seen.
It has to be like a Lifetime?
No. I just hope it was. Oh, wait, I know the answer. Black Nativity. I answered my own question. I remember. Every year that shows up on my Facebook memories because I took a picture of the poster in the lobby back when we used to be able to go inside to these things called movie theaters. I'll tell the kids about it one day. And I tagged you on it. So I get the Facebook memory every year. So
That's good.
That's your favorite, right?
Yeah, that would be number one. And then followed by probably National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's a different second.
That's number two.
Yeah. What? How much liquor is in the eggnog you just took a swig of, Liev?
That's coffee, but I don't see you guys because I haven't seen y'all in a while. I feel like I need a Coors Light or something.
Was it seriously when was the last time we saw you in person?
In person. Oh, we had brunch with Liev. It was after we had brunch, and then I made you spend like an hour and a half at AfterBuzz. We did a Bladtcast that day, but that was like almost 3 years ago now. Like in January, I think
when we went down to the OC.
Oh yeah, when you were moving out of Hermosa, I think. Oh yeah. So
Oh, that's right. We went like pub crawling like a year ago, and I lost my phone in the back of an Uber a year and a half ago.
Yeah. It was your last day in Hermosa, and
we stole Christian's frozen burgers and then ate them later.
That's right.
Yeah, I expected those to have been returned to me, but that's you enjoyed them more than I would have. And Ken, if we all got together and hung out in Hermosa, do you want to have one guess where we went?
I don't remember the name of it now.
Well, it's okay because they changed the name. It wasn't the poop deck anymore. It was just the deck.
I mean, we went to. What's that place that we went to off the freeway?
What?
Flash dancers. Dames and
Games.
Yeah,
they had live entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, off the freeway. That is Dames and Games, actually. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, and Will was the one person to ever walk in there and actually make a friend, like a legit friend.
JJ, my friend JJ, bonding over Doctor Who.
Yeah, and
you're a beautiful, talented woman, but no, I'm all set. No, thank you. No, you're beautiful and talented. I'm all set though.
I wish we'd been able to record from in there because Will was saying things like, "But have you thought about night school?" It's like, well, I mean, I
did not say that. I said that at my bachelor party, and I told the girl, I asked her what she really wanted to do.
But the nighttime is, she's like, no, the nighttime is when I'm busy bouncing my tits off of guys' heads. I can't really go to class then, but you're cute. That girl, JJ, I did have her phone number, and I tried to get her to come on the podcast because we talked about her so much. People wanted to hear from her, and I've talked about this. She asked how much she pay to be on the Bladtcast, so we stopped texting at that point.
She could have come on Bagel Friday.
Oh, Sam Whitfield is glad to see the full original cast back together. It's a Christmas miracle, says Dominicus Saxon. What were you saying, Ken?
I said we could have given her some barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah, Matt and KC. It is literally 7 shopping days till Christmas. Where's our barbecue? God damn it. No, we've had enough. We don't really need more. Because now that I say that, he's like, oh my God, I'm gonna send it tonight. but don't send it. I don't have any room in the freezer. Plus, I can't share it with.
I do.
I guess I could share it with Will.
I got tons of room in my freezer.
All right, so send it to Will. All right, he'll tell you where.
He's got my address. He sent me some rubs and some beef jerky once. So you know.
You can share it with me. I'll try to get some of your meat, Christian.
Are you still living in the same place that you moved to? I feel like you move every 6 months.
I move every year because of IRS reasons.
Okay.
It's a tax write-off because when I move, they can't find me.
Yeah,
they write off taxes.
It's a ride.
We were talking before that Liev has been an essential worker this whole time because.
You're kidding. Look, they sent me that, so now I gotta move. I'll move again.
Yeah, but wait a minute! Don't you want your $600 stimulus check? Isn't it worth staying for that?
No, I still work. I don't get that.
Oh,
I made a mistake. Everybody not working is making more money than I make.
Yeah, well, that's probably true. I'm not working, although my wife is doing fine. So I'm a kept man. I always wanted a sugar mama. Will, favorite? This is a very loose topic, but favorite. Jeff's having it. Oh, Jeff put on a light. Look at that.
It's getting dark here.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Coltrane, it's not going to put on a light.
Ken's in an interrogation room and homicide life on the street. Richard Belzer's trying to get some information out of you.
On only the lower half of the camera.
Yeah, but that's all right.
He's just saying on only the lower half of the screen.
Yeah, but we can see you.
Coltrane, are you in the middle of a bender right now? Is that what's going on?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I've been there, but I don't know.
Well, I don't know if
you're there right now, David. Is that what you're saying?
How would you be helpful during a bender? Like during a bender, the only way that Liev can be helpful is just to have like more alcohol delivered to your house.
Yeah, no, I'd bring over a bottle.
Yeah, or 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go grab some Fireball. I'll be right back.
Yeah, he is. All right. We'll pop him back in a little bit when he comes back with the Fireball. Will,
Totally
go ahead. Favorite, the can't miss Christmas movie every season for you, sir.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
so many.
But then just pick one.
Elf. Did somebody say that already?
No one said that already. And what about you, Jeff?
Favorite Christmas movie that people haven't mentioned yet, or just in general?
It can be mentioned. It could be Die Hard. It's fine.
Probably Muppets Christmas Carol.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That's where I was going.
You can still say Love Actually.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look at that Fireball. Is that cold? Was that in the freezer?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Because he's a class act. He's not a goddamn savage. Of course it was in the freezer.
I'm jealous. I have this blackberry sparkling water.
Are you in Boston?
What now?
Who?
Are you in Boston?
Who are you asking?
Who is in Boston?
I'm in Boston.
You're in Boston now too?
Yeah, I moved over the summer.
Oh my God, I didn't know. So that's why there's snow in the background.
Mm-hmm.
How close you are to the screen and you're yelling.
I actually thought that it was like when you used to when they do school picture day, or if we go to Sears and get a picture with your family and they pull down like the backdrop. I thought it was that snow. Jeff, I thought you still lived in Van Nuys. I don't even keep track of these things. I had no idea.
It's all just been an elaborate Zoom background scam. If you've ever seen news radio, it's very similar to when Jimmy was pretending to ride a balloon across the country, but he was really just in the studio next door.
Well, yeah, I think it's it's a Tenet Christmas. And Ghost 8386, he says Scrogged, but I think he means Scrooged with Bill Murray. That's a great one.
No. It's a Scottish movie. It's called Scrogged.
Scrogged.
Yeah.
Fucking Scrogged. Hey!
And about an old man who doesn't like Christmas, and the people are like, "You're supposed to like it," and he's like, "I fucking hate it. Prove it to me. Prove to me what I'm supposed to like it. My name is Ebenezer Scrogg."
Fucking Scrogged.
Fucking Scrogged. And he would kick people in the nuts, and then he'd go, "You just got Scrogged, laddie," and then he'd run away.
Dominicus Jackson makes a great point. This episode is his favorite Christmas movie. I hope that he watches it every year. It will be a Christmas miracle. And Coltrane is the only one of us that's manly enough to be drinking alcohol at the moment. So thank you for being in the proper festive. Well, now Ghost 83. He's Ernest Saves Christmas. I don't think I can stand by that. I don't know that. I think
I've never seen this movie.
Any Ernest. Wow, you got to go to camp with him.
I did some reading a little while ago because I just randomly was like, whatever happened to Ernest?
Oh, he's
and
dead.
I found out that, well, yeah, of course. But I found out that whole thing just came from an ad campaign that was so successful it turned into fucking movies and stuff. I wish that kind of shit happened today.
Yeah, and he was the voice of Slinky Dog in the Toy Story movies, and most of the reason why I don't have time to watch, real movies is because all 4 Toy Story movies are on every day. Not because I have kids, just because I like Forky.
He's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, fair. Here's a real honest answer from Chris Reagan. A Christmas Carol, the 1951 version with Alastair Sim, not a comedy, but the best version. Sim is great. Supporting cast, very good also. I think you meant to say Muppet Christmas Carol, and Michael Caine is great, but we appreciate the feedback there. No, I've heard of that one. I have to be honest, I've never seen that one. But Scrooged and Muppet Christmas Carol are the ones that I always like to see.
What about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure?
Well, I would actually like them to make that this year with Randy Quaid. If anybody's seen any of Randy Quaid's recent internet videos, that's the National Lampoon 3 with Cousin Eddie on the run from the law in Canada.
What's amazing is that Randy Quaid just literally became Cousin Eddie, to the fullest extent. If Cousin Eddie were just to continue on any trajectory, it would just be Randy Quaid today.
Well, that he also was the guy from Independence Day who's all fucked up when he flies his plane into the ship.
Yep.
So there's been a trend.
Developed.
Yeah. Well,
I was going to say oh, I lost it.
That's all right. That's the best part.
Good story. Good story.
Good story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Hey, cool story, bro. No, I appreciate it. It's all right.
Oh, the Santa Claus.
Oh my gosh! But not the Santa Claus 3 with Martin Short as Jack Frost.
No, definitely not that.
So
the first Santa Claus is pretty much the only Santa Claus.
Yeah.
The original one.
How have we talked about Christmas for 28 minutes and at no time did I even think to bring up the greatest Christmas miracle ever to bestow television?
I'm assuming he's going to say Muppet Family
Which
Christmas.
is, of course, the Star Wars holiday special.
Oh, no. I was wrong.
We were doing well.
You cut out and then
Happy Life Day.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say was the Star Wars holiday special.
It is great. The introduction of Boba Fett, which I forgot about.
Yeah.
That was the introduction of him?
Yeah, he's in an animated short in the holiday special.
But he wasn't in. It wasn't from the scene from Empire. Does that predate Empire?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And if you really want to be a nerd, you can.
Now he's in the side of this scene with no lines. Hooray!
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, Liev, I believe you're heading home for Christmas soon, right? You You've racked up more frequent flyer miles in 2020 than I think any American.
Yeah.
You've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
What's it like? Because I don't go anywhere. I'm jealous.
I think he's calling you a slut.
It's great. There's no security, and they actually clean the planes.
Oh, that's
And
perfect.
they don't check the little mini bottles as carefully as they normally do in the plane. You can just drink. You just gotta lift up your mask, and that's it. But the flight attendants don't serve anything, so they don't catch you. So it's like a perfect world for me. It's clean. You don't have to wait in security, and you get to bring on all the mini bottles.
Do you want to address this question from the chat? They're asking about Liev. Is there an answer to that question? Are they the same person?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm Will Starling.
No, if actually Dominica Saxon remembers, you're Cactus Dave. If you remember from going back like almost 6 years, Cactus Dave was going to be your on-air persona for radio, but you're like I don't remember any of this bullshit.
They didn't pick it up. They said no. It's not a good name.
So they just wanted you to go with Liev.
Cactus Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said David Bujensky's too good of a radio name.
I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty great. What's that, Coltrane?
I said I don't think anyone's ever said that.
You might be right. Coltrane, I'm wondering if you've sent your annual holiday letter to Casey Anthony or one of the special ladies in your life. Do you have like a newsletter that you send out just in case that this might be the holiday season where they reach back out to you?
I mean, in fairness, they've all kind of aged out for me. So,
it's a great point.
Casey live.
Yeah. In a lot of cases, you would say, oh, well, maybe they have a daughter that might age into you. But for Casey Anthony, that's, that's not going to happen.
Don't
She
confuse
thought of
me
that.
with yes, that was genius.
Anyway. But Liev, we want to know, we're going over high points of 2020. I think anybody who follows you knows that maybe you travel a little bit. You've got great faith in the federal and local governments, the way they're handling the pandemic. You have strong feelings about the effectiveness of COVID testing. That it's always reliable. So what are some of your what are some? Sorry, I'm getting some hate in the chat after I said that about Casey Anthony. Uvula Scrimshaw just gave me a damn, and Dominicus Saxon says that's rough about Casey Anthony. Hey, look, it's the Christmas season, okay? It's got to be Christmas in jail too. All right. What are some of your favorite moments from 2020, Liev?
Is Casey in jail?
No, Hillary Clinton.
Oh.
Yeah, lock her up. She's in.
Yeah.
Lock her up.
How dare you?
Yeah. No.
This moment right here is quickly climbing the charts. It's my favorite moment of 2020.
I mean, how could it not be? It's the five of us together, and just pick one highlight, and then we have some storytelling to share with everybody.
A highlight from 2020?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want to answer that one.
Does it involve the butt?
No, I had a good outing at the French Laundry with some close friends. Place up north. It's a restaurant. It's really good.
You ate outside though, right? And everybody was like 6 feet apart, so it was fine, right?
No, that's what we told people, but it was just a few of us, me and 20 with my friends, and we shared wine, and it was a good time.
Hey, you know what? 'Tis the season, so
Hanging out with Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, we had wine and we got the vaccine early before anybody else, so it's good.
Sounds more like you went to a Turkish bathhouse.
I mean, it's possible.
I love knowing after even all these years that somehow that dog still wants your attention.
Oh, yeah.
The dog is still alive. It's never gonna die.
No, that dog is going to outlive all of us. They say that cockroaches would survive a nuclear holocaust, but I think that Moo would survive the cockroach holocaust. I think that he will always go on.
He's 13.
No, 13.
Jeez.
He's 13. We have a 7-month puppy, and Moo has more energy than him.
Let me talk to Moo for a minute. Moo, you're 13. That means next year you're going to be too old for him.
All right.
He's like, wait, why did I take the time to come back on with these assholes? It's really just me. You like the other guys.
Maybe you need a Coors Light.
Do you want to hear about Will was involved in this? Do you want to hear about somebody who decided that 409 episodes of the Bladtcast was enough for them, and they tapped out? Will knows all about this.
Yes.
And
Wait,
so
what number is this?
this is 414. 414.
6 away
you
from
got-
being good.
Okay. Have you been doing this every week?
No, sometimes there'll be but usually it averages out to once a week. You might get a couple in a week, but I don't try to waste Will and Jeff's time every week. They're maybe like every month or two, and it's a lot of like interviews and stuff, and I don't know, other nonsense. I also have the Bladtcast Entertainment Network on YouTube now that has about 4 shows.
BEN.
I know. I saw it.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? Moo wants in. Moo is worried that I might give away some Mandalorian spoilers, but don't worry, Moo, I won't.
Which, by the way, I'm obsessed with that show, and as soon as we get on, I'm watching the new episode.
Oh my God! If I hated everybody enough, I'd tell you like 3 things that would ruin your enjoyment. But that's all right. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. So this guy had actually, so he wrote to us, and I'm not going to use his name because I don't want to give him that credit, but I do feel like he'll find this episode one day because of something he says later.
Yeah.
And after being a loyal listener since Bladtcast #1, I'm out. I never subscribed to this podcast for politics, but you guys insisted for some reason. The show was never the same after Liev and Coltrane left anyway. Hit me up on my DMs if anyone wants a brand new Bladtcast t-shirt, extra large. And our pal Dominicus Saxon got into this thread, and what he's upset about is not that this guy stopped listening, but it's that he had.
Did he bring up on his own?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really funny.
Into him, and it's like still in the envelope, and he's never opened it, and he's never worn it.
Does he know that he freezes?
Well,
or?
It usually works fine with 3. Yeah, but I feel like I'm back now, right?
Yeah. Liam's fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things my
Can
life
you-
for 1,000.
Can you tell us if he freeze?
No, I can. I no.
No, we can hear you. It's delayed.
All right, so he's just freezing. I see. Well, that's fun. Will, talk a little bit about this this exchange, because eventually you jumped into it.
I did. It's really funny that that there's multiple layers to this that make it really fucking hilarious. That after 409 episodes, he's finally out because we made it about politics. Even though Jeff and I and many other people who have been on the program have talked about politics since the fucking beginning, and it is not a secret of many of our opinions about certain politicians and certain people. So one, it wasn't news. Two, the fact that he's like, it wasn't the same since Liev and Coltrane left, but that was like 5 years ago, that he still kept listening for 5 years, even though he's kind of maybe mildly thought it sucked. Also, when those Bladtcast t-shirts like went out, that was also like many years ago. So he's just had a Bladtcast shirt unopened for such a long period of time that he's not even a fucking real fan to begin with. Also, if he's managed to make it 409 episodes and just now fucking finally realized we were talking about politics, he wasn't even paying attention for 8 years. So he wasn't a real fan. He wasn't how could you just now realize that we were talking about this? He was clearly like vacuuming and doing other chores while it was on in his earbuds or in the background. He's like, yeah, I'll listen when I get to it. He's like, those guys are kind of funny. And then all of a sudden we were like, hey, Trump can suck a bag of dicks. And he's like, excuse me? What did they just say? Who?
I believe it was a satchel of penises, but
you're right. I'm sorry. An external canvas bag full of erections.
Let me go get my MAGA hat. Hold on.
Please
go get it.
I'd also interject that
back.
it's not like we talked politics. We just talked about the election that had just happened. It's not like we're like, let's really get into policy, folks. It's like, hey, you know that thing the whole fucking world's talking about? Let's mention that. Apparently that was an issue.
How dare you? I've noticed that the big phrase.
I mean, how are you in any way shocked, right? Like, when you lose, you get butthurt. Like, I went on a little butthurt tirade to Christian once after the Patriots lost the Super Bowl. So it happens.
The biggest thing is that I've noticed that the phrase, and it tends to be certain people, I know, I'm not going to name pointing fingers, but I think it's funny that every time something is mentioned that makes somebody uncomfortable and they don't want to talk about it, even though it's true, and they want to deny it, they say, why do you have to make this about politics? And it's like, it's actually, is it about politics, or is that you refuse to say something like Black Lives Matter, or I don't know, give a shit about human beings? It's like, why do you have to make this about politics? Because policies that affect human lives are everything is politics. Even when we're talking about the politics of making nerdy movies, and all the butthurt assholes who are just as pissed that Donald Trump wins are equally as pissed that there's a Last Jedi movie. And I'm also not naming any names about that one.
No, you don't have to name any names about
Why
that.
do you have to make Star Wars about politics? I can't stand it.
While Will was talking, I felt like Liev had the face of what I always imagined it looked like when your parents would drag you to church, and you know that you need to be quiet, and you need to, like, you know, not pick your nose or look at your phone, but you're like, yeah, I'm just, in one ear and out the same ear. But that's why we love you.
Yeah. No, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah. I do. I'm glad people are so passionate about everything that's been going on this past year. It's just everyone's so sensitive. I've kind of trained myself not to say anything.
We can tell.
Yeah. No. Also, you know, you're not really in the business of hot takes. It's not gonna help you, you know, with your job if you go out on a limb and something. You know, people just love you, and don't give them any reasons to not love you. I've
gotten more complaints this year than I have in my whole entire life. I got a complaint yesterday because I mentioned I was going to go home safely after taking a COVID-19 test, and I'm wearing a mask on the flight, being safe. I've been quarantined. I'm not hanging out with anybody. Mentioned that on the air. Said I'm going home. I can't wait. It looks like it's going to snow on Christmas. How wonderful will that be? I'll be with my family. There's going to be snow. Got a complaint. How dare you flaunt you're traveling and that you're going to go see snow? You need to be home, and you need to be quarantined and protect others. And it went on and on, and then they said, I hope you get COVID, and you flaunt that too. I'm like, my God, Jesus.
Well, that's what it turns into, though. It's like the
I'm gonna go hug my mom.
well,
In her grave.
yeah. Well, Will, I mean, you talked about this. Remember, you got together with a friend because you had somebody pass away, and it's less about that. But it's like you got together because you felt like we should really, commiserate about this. And even that, you told us you had some feedback. People are like, "What, in person?
That was
Can't
early
you get
on.
Zoom hugs? How about virtual hugs?"
Yeah, that was really early in quarantine with I think also the panic of it being brand new was super, super scary, and people were very angry. I posted foolishly of the two of us on Instagram on a story doing something and that was the mistake. So
And you got ripped apart by people.
I don't get ripped apart, but they were just like, shouldn't we be social distancing? And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I love, my favorite thing, are all the people that go out of the way to show that they're social distancing and wearing masks, and then they get caught for when the camera stops rolling or when the audio starts recording. Either half or half of them getting on. I find that so funny.
The biggest thing is no one can be perfect. I have tried to take this as seriously as I can, but everybody comes up with their own rules, and so long as you're not doing something fucking stupid that puts other people at risk, just don't. I don't know.
Totally agree. Yeah, respect the situation. Follow the guidelines as best as you see fit. Make sure you're respecting other people and their beliefs, and live your life. And make sure you're doing it safely and not putting anybody else at risk. As long as you do that, you should be fine. Everybody has turned into an expert with an opinion, and they sound loony. They sound like
what? Okay, why do you got to make this about politics?
Just make this political for a second. I'm pretty sure this would be a non-issue if the president of the country didn't read the mandate by being like, you know what, fuck this, it's for pussy. I'm not doing it.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, as Will and Jeff know, I sent my kids back to school in the middle of August, and we agonized over it a little bit, but we felt really confident that they were going to be safe. And we're 4 months in, but never do I post pictures of them at school, or do I talk about school, just because I'm like, there's going to be all the other parents who don't send their kids to preschool or whatever, and that's fine if that's what they chose to do. But and I've talked about this before, that literally the day they went back to school, picking them up that afternoon, it's like, oh my God, yeah, they were so sick of us. They were so happy to be back at school with other kids, and they wear masks at their school. And my daughter's preschool, the room that she's in, it's like the size of my entire middle school. It's like this huge preschool, and it's like they only stay together with their own class. So I don't worry about it. But it's like, oh, but I also don't want the headache of, first day of school in person, must be nice. Hope you die.
Well, Christian, I'm glad you sent your kids back to school already in person, and I'm sorry your president lost. You freaking maniac! What are you thinking? You're insane. You don't care about anybody.
Hey, I thought Kanye had a chance. Okay, I really felt like that's why I went out and campaigned for it.
Whoa! You're telling me you did not vote for Joe Jorgensen? You fucking traitor!
Look, everybody asked. I just said I liked Joe, and they didn't ask which one. Yeah, Joe Jorgensen. Which, by the way, is Joe Jorgensen a woman? I think I found that out recently. Yeah. So that's my male privilege at work here. I just assumed that Joe was a boy's name.
Sexist pig.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's is it scary out there? Of course, but I've also attended. Knott's Berry Farm had these outdoor food festivals, and we were so the tables are all so far apart. The contact with other people was so non-existent. It's like, well, going to the grocery store is less safe than that. But then we went to that on the last day they had it, because they closed that the higher ups are at work when they close outdoor dining in Orange County, because they're like, no, we're fine. We'll do whatever we want. Oh no, okay, now we can't anymore. But it's like,
Newport Beach and Huntington Beach, they're still out there partying at all the bars and clubs. They're still wide open.
Well, we've got a bar in Burbank called Tin Horn Flats, and they're open every night. And when they started, it was just outdoor. And then they're like, fuck it, come indoors. It's fine. So
Yeah, that drives me insane because so many restaurants are going out of business and not able to serve outdoors because I think people like that. That drives me insane.
Yeah. But I don't know what the solution is. Liev, what's the solution? How do we fix this?
Nobody knows, and that's okay. But people aren't saying that. They all want to come up with their own argument and pick a fight. It's okay to say, we don't know. Just do the best you can.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
By the way,
I think we do know. It's called taking a vaccine and staying safe and staying home where possible and waiting for human. I mean, it's all there. And I think a lot of people know it's that we're being led by somebody who goes, it'll just get colder. Just you watch. You know what I mean? And actually, the quote, I don't think science knows, actually. So I think a lot of people know. I think this one guy doesn't fucking know jack shit, and everybody's listening to him. But not to, I didn't make to make this about politics. I don't want to make this about politics.
It's not about politics.
I think you're lying. We all know the solution is to kill all the bats and pangolins, and then we'll finally get rid of it.
Well, I think
Or
that's the solution.
Kill
What
the
were you going to say?
percenters and drink their blood.
What were you going to say, Ken?
Solutions.
Let's move on to something that's not so controversial. Favorite part of 2020 actually was watching Juno.
The movie?
2007 movie?
Yeah.
Because go
Defy
ahead.
science.
Oh, I thought it was because it was the sequel to Junior, your other favorite movie.
I knew where he was going with this. You're commenting on Elliot Page, who played Kitty Pryde in the X-Men movies. Yeah. Speaking of Kitty Pryde, Merry Xmas, everyone. It's Merry Christmas right there. Right there.
Does Elliot Page threaten you, Ken? I'm sorry, David. Do you feel? Does it scare you?
What?
Are you scared by Elliot Page?
Yeah. Is it like why the need to make a joke about watching Juno?
I just enjoyed watching Juno this year. That was it.
It's his favorite Christmas movie.
All right. I'm making things about politics. I'm sorry.
When Natasha told me the news about the Elliot Page thing, I thought she was talking. I wasn't really listening. I thought she was talking about Ellen DeGeneres. So in my mind, Ellen DeGeneres became Elliot DeGeneres, and I was like, I guess once the abuse comes out, you might as well go full guy.
Oh, what a well thought out but completely uninformed opinion, Jeff. By the way, have you guys done any? Have you noticed on the internet that Ellen made a large real estate purchase lately?
Is this a joke? Is this a setup?
No, this isn't a joke.
Yes.
I'll actually let you guys take the time to Google Ellen DeGeneres buys house. Go ahead, do it. Seriously, take the time. Ken, do you have a device in front of you, or will you just have to let Lee?
She bought Dennis Miller's house.
Yeah. Yes.
Really?
The barn?
How much? What does it say on the web? Because I can't spread information, but what do you see on the web?
40 million?
Did you say 50?
50 million?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bad connection. He must have said 50. Yeah. Yep.
It sounded like 50.
Yeah. So as Will and Jeff know, you see that barn? Yeah, I don't own it anymore.
That's Porsche's barn.
That's Porsche.
The one that he built?
Yeah.
Does this property just cater to verbal abuse?
Never changed, Leo. Never changed.
Good soundproofing.
That's fantastic.
I started following Dennis on social media, on Instagram. He seems to be doing well. He has a dog.
Yeah, well, he's he's got a Scrooge McDuck money bin that he'll be swimming in sometime soon. No, he's doing great. He just didn't want to do his podcast anymore. So, by the way, Dominicus Saxon thinks that that Jeff, Captain EO, your joke was great. So obviously he's a real friend.
Hold on, I take the dogs out.
Okay, well, who let the dogs out? You.
There's
All right.
more than one dog now.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. They have the 7-monther. And by the way, earlier Patty said this, Coltrane, don't knock the fireball. So, you know. And Sam Whitfield wanted us to know that he's a real fan of the Bladtcast. Sam Whitfield, who's his favorite liberal.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, right, exactly. So anyway. So what are we looking for in 2021, Coltrane? What do you want to squeeze out of the you want to open the brand new sponge that says 2021 in it, the Today sponge, if you will. And what would you like to squeeze out of that brand new sponge?
I mean, it's really tough because there's the part of me that wants to say, I mean, anything's better than 2020, but then it's like, because no one saw 2020 coming the way that it did, so I don't want to take that risk. So I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just going to be basic and say that I hope that the first day of 2021 is better than today. Just keep it basic, you know?
Yeah.
See the world isn't on fire. That's all.
Well, here's my hot take. 2021 is going to be way worse.
I got a new one. Hold on.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Back to Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yes. Yeah, free Aunt Becky. That is definitely what we need. I just feel like this was the tip of an iceberg that's being inserted somewhere we don't want. 2021 is going to be way worse, way worse. So just be ready for that. I just want to cheer everybody up.
The jazz age.
Yeah. And speaking of the roaring 20s, look who's back. Oh, now this is the new dog, right?
Yeah, this is Mellow. He's a monster. Yeah. Like marshmallow, but it's marshmallow.
Yeah.
Mallow.
I think Will have to go.
Yeah, so I think Jeff has to go. Will, do you have to go?
I could do 5 more.
Okay, but Jeff, you have to
Think so.
hit the Roadrunner cloud. Give us one thing you're hoping for out of 2021, Jeff, and then we'll talk to you again soon.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, see, there you go. Wait, this isn't Ask Santa for something.
Why not?
Yeah, well, it's true. Why not?
KC.
Free Casey and free Aunt Becky. Exactly. All right. Well, Merry Christmas, Jeff. We'll talk to you again very soon on the Bladtcast, but he's got a meeting to be in, but Will is higher up on the food chain, I guess. So Will, you're like, yeah, I'll be late, right?
Kind of. I not higher up I will arrive late to this meeting.
No, but fashionably late.
Yes. With my Charlie Brown shirt might be.
Hey, look up for a second, Liev, because we're going to have to do a screenshot of this at some point. Let's be honest right now. We love Jeff, but this is the real Bladtcast right here, isn't it?
Oh, that's mean.
I mean, isn't this the real Bladtcast? I
kind of wish a dog was sitting in the chair instead of Liev, so it could just be the 3 of us and the dog.
No, come on. People miss.
A dog might as well be running the soundboard on the Dennis Miller show anyway.
Just think about how much people would. I bet that guy would come back to the Bladtcast if we started doing Tebow time again.
That's probably true. Are you opening that guy's unopened T-shirt? Is that
an unopened Bladtcast T-shirt in there, Liev?
I wish. Actually, no. It's a new mask. Believe it or not.
Really? Is this like a face mask, social distance, or is this for your BDSM club on weekends? Oh my God, that's actually pretty great.
Just in time for you to risk everyone's life by traveling, you fuck.
And that's the picture right here. Yeah, that's the mask that's going to catch COVID. That person who complained about you. Hope.
Oh God. People are so mean.
They really are. People who are supposedly looking out for society can be very mean about it. Some people have good interests. Other people just like to be mean. And there's a little bit of well, if I'm stuck inside, why are you going outside? And we'll see who actually watches this video that shows up on my Facebook page and YouTube. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't know your kids were in school, and you went to Knott's Berry Farm. I hope you're happy that you like. How much blood is on your hands? And the answer, a lot.
Maybe yours. Who knows? Get close enough to find out.
Yeah, but all I can say is that the documents are sealed in most states. Hey, look, David House says, "Merry Christmas, guys! Great tree, Liev."
It is a great tree. Is that a real tree or a fake tree?
Fake. I put it up November 1st.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
I've had my trees have been up for the last 2 years.
What's that?
I said I have 2 trees and they've been up for the last 2 years.
And that's what I like. I like that kind of forward thinking. Just keep it up. So Will, Liev put up his tree on November 1st. What holiday is that?
No, Joy to the World Day.
Yeah. So he was celebrating it and he didn't even realize.
Wow.
What is it?
By the way, Sam Whitfield says, I actually like Liev, like in a way where somebody could not like you. Like, of course he likes you. What is he talking about? I don't even understand. Like, I don't know. I remember, Liev, I had like a free weekend, like back in February, and I tried to hang out with you, and you were busy, or I don't know, you went away or something. And I think if we had known that it was the last weekend we ever would have been able to hang out the rest of our lives, maybe we could have made a little bit of an extra effort to try and do it,
That's why I knew. Well, that's why we didn't hang out, because I knew what was going on in advance, because I work in media. So I got a jump start before everybody else.
That's why you've already had 2 vaccines. I think that was before. Oh no, that's before Ken was in the room, but he was just watching it on YouTube. By the way, let's air this out with people watching. Do I just have an old email address for you, Ken?
What now?
Did you ever get the email is what I'm asking, because it seemed like it wasn't until I texted you the link that you had it.
I mean, I checked my email like 10 minutes before the show started and I didn't see anything. So I just figured you would like text me and give me a heads up. So yes, I still use that same email. But
all right. Well, you're not the first person to have not, or at least to have told me that they didn't get an email from me. We'll solve that. Will, I know you're going to have to go in a moment. What can you give us an off the cuff Linus Van Pelt lights please moment to tie all the lessons together that we've learned in this Bladtcast Christmas special?
Lights, please. And there were in the same country people on the Bladtcast, and there were 4 of them originally, and then there was a Jeff, and for many years, 5. I'm looking at 4 people on my screen, and then there were. Well, I don't count Christian because he is the Black. They all saw a barn, and they all went to that barn, and they stayed in that barn for 8, maybe more-ish long years, and did on and off 400 and some odd podcasts, and finally, towards the end of that long run, one man got very upset with them and wondered why they had to make things about politics. And it turns out that all this time they were dead and only could be seen by Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense. And the moral of the story is, if you want to make an impression on people's lives, you just have to talk to dead people. There you go.
Well,
okay. All right.
Will, I'm going to let you go, Will, but then I'm going to talk to my real friends for a couple more minutes. So
Great.
Thanks, Will.
The moral of the story is, be an adult, be responsible, be safe.
That's what I'm going to try to do in 2021. Yeah. I swear. Will, happy Life Day to you, and I'll talk to you again very soon.
Happy Life Day.
All right. What do you want to? You're not going to. Oh, he's gone. I was going to ask him what he wanted to say to you guys, but he's like, "Yeah, I'm." See, that was the thing. he wanted to flex and be 5 minutes late for his work meeting, but he couldn't be 6. That was the problem.
What is it? What do he and Jeff work for the same company?
Yeah, they both work for Podcast One, and
okay.
yeah, and for about a year, I worked on a show that was on Podcast One, and then that show went back to Westwood One, and then there was a real estate transaction you just referenced earlier, and now that podcast isn't on anywhere.
Ms. DeGeneres allowed the Millers to remain in the home for a time after the closing, according to a person familiar with the situation.
That was not necessary. That was not me. I was not familiar with the situation at that time. That was somebody else. They didn't ask. I see nothing. I know nothing. But
that's not the home she was shooting the show from, was it?
Well, no. Ellen sold her house that she was doing her show. Dennis was doing a TV show and a podcast from the house that Ellen now owns.
Dennis' home's freaking huge.
Yes, I've been there. It's beautiful, by the way.
There's 4 different buildings.
If that's what the article tells you, it must be true. I'm gonna just
1, 2, 3, 5. There's 5 different buildings.
Whatever you see in the article, it must be true, Liev.
Did he and Bill O'Reilly make that much money?
I mean,
okay.
I don't know about Bill O'Reilly, but I mean, honestly, you don't need to make any money to be able to sell a house. He didn't pay that much for it. There's a lot of profit margin on this transaction. I knew you were going to be interested in it. I just didn't realize you were going to be obsessed by it and distracted. But it's like old times, before Will came in and ruined everything. Although I don't know, was Will around by the time you started, Liev? Was Will already there?
No, he was already there.
Yeah, okay.
He was hired 2 months before I started.
Yeah, and we had the Swami who Coltrane remembers working with.
Mm-hmm.
God,
that's funny.
Never have I been on a work call when I said, whatever you do, don't hire this guy. I'm not talking about you. And they said, oh, it's done. He's already hired. I'm like, the guy had smiley faces on. He literally had smiley faces on his resume. I'm like, this is going to be a problem.
I mean, listen, the Swami was a good enough guy. It was just one of the funny things for me is that at the end of the year, we're doing all of our best ofs, we're getting stuff together, and Christian would be like, okay, yeah, just have Coltrane work with you. We'll get this stuff done. And I'd be like, okay, just give me the files and I'll do it. And he'd be like, okay, yeah. And then 3 days later, it'd still have nothing. And he'd be like, oh yeah, definitely. And it was like, okay. I mean, if you want to do it by yourself, I don't know what else to tell you. And then it's I don't know, 2 weeks later, it's like, oh yeah, well, I actually lost all the files, so there's actually nothing there.
Yeah, and we pre-recorded a show that he forgot to record my track, and we also he also just lost a show. It wasn't a huge guest. It was Ray Stevens, the guy who did The Streak. If you know the novelty artist Ray Stevens. And,
there he goes, boogity boogity.
Yeah, boogity boogity. Yeah, and the publicist was like, "Oh, send me a link to that as soon as it posts." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we haven't used it yet," and I literally never wrote back to that publicist on anything ever again because I didn't want to have the fact that we lost his precious Ray Stevens interview. But what got him fired was that we had a pre-recorded show and there was swearing in the show, Liev, and he didn't take it out. And so our pal Sabes went and looked at the file and it was marked where you would take out the swear, but it was still in there. So my thinking is he took it out and then put it back in. That's yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey,
well, let's get together in person as soon as
So yeah, we'll wrap it up in a second. But Sam wants to know, what was it like meeting Tommy Lahren? Also, would you?
I have a girlfriend now, so I can't answer yes.
Okay.
And
so Sam, you know that answer. Okay.
I think she's awesome. She's a little aggressive with how she feels, but that's what gets her paid. So she's doing good with her career. She's very nice in person.
Is she? And Coltrane, where are you at with Ann Coulter these days?
I haven't.
Oh my God!
I don't know what's up with her.
You want her email?
I just googled her. She bought a home for $49 million. Everybody's.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I don't need her email anymore because I don't have a show to book anyone for. Although I guess I could ask her to come on the Bladtcast. By the way, it came up. We were trying to get Norm Macdonald on the final episode of Dennis's podcast, and big surprise, we were unsuccessful. But the conversation after that made people think and talk about when Ann was a guest, when Norm Macdonald guest hosted,
Yep.
which
I remember that one.
it's like a top 3 moment for the show, and Dennis wasn't there. You were not there.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say I'll send it's on YouTube. I'll send it to you. Let's just say she was clearly a very big fan of Norm.
Yeah, I was there, wasn't I? Weren't they hitting on each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were hitting on each other.
Yeah. Basically.
It was definitely, there was definitely one-sided traffic. The other side was a little bit less, but I mean, Norm's kind of an odd guy sometimes, but there was some serious traffic going one way. There's some serious fastballs being thrown. That's all I'm saying.
So, Liev, I'll let you go in a minute. When do you think, realistically, when do you think we'll be able to hang out in person again?
This is what I look like if I get the vaccine.
No, you don't need to have it injected into your lips.
No, people are getting Bell's palsy, aren't they? What'd you say? I was looking at myself.
Yeah, when do you think we'll actually be able to get together in person?
I was just gonna say, let's grab a beer when it's safe. Maybe Sunday. Are you free Sunday afternoon?
That sounds good. Should we drink it outside on the patio?
We'll stay 12 feet away to be extra safe.
You know what? And you know what? To make up for that, we'll drink twice as much.
No, when I get back, as long as my planes don't crash.
I forgot about you and your planes. Yeah, they crash all the time, but they don't have as many flights as they used to. So the odds are probably way worse for you now.
No, they are, because the pilots haven't been practicing.
That's a great Coltrane. That sounds like fact to me, right?
It does, which is probably why I drove to North Carolina 2 weeks ago instead of flew.
Yeah. I would rather drive to DC if it weren't so far away and my vacation was limited. I want to take advantage of the time I have.
Yeah.
But you got to think, they haven't been using the planes as much. I'm going to get on one that they're like, oh, we haven't used this in 9 months. No need to check it. I'm sure it works.
Yeah.
Bam!
Well, and you're going to realize that the guy you were at the airport bar with was the pilot, so that'll make you a little bit nervous, won't it?
No, the worst part is if my plane crashes, this is the last time I have been seen, my last figure alive. The black.
Look, then that guy who hates the show might actually watch it if he hears that you passed away.
All right, I'm going to go eat lunch.
Yep, you go eat lunch. Thank you for actually hanging out with us. It makes us feel like we're almost friends.
I part of it not funny enough to show up, but my desperation for companionship, because I'm so lonely, won, so I showed up.
Well, we'll see you again in 3 years. All right. Thanks.
Well, miss you, Ken, miss Christian.
All right, we miss him too. All right, Liev. So now he's in the chat, like he's in the waiting room, and now he's gone. Now, this is really the Bladtcast. Isn't that really what it comes down to? This is what people tuned in for.
Exactly. I'm here for it too. See?
Yeah.
That's how we're all here for it.
Yeah. I always want to, I always want to be able to have you on more. And I think that what I need to do is ask. So I think that's probably what I should do is,
if you ask, then, I mean, let's face it, like sometimes you ask and I'm like, yeah. And then other times it's like, maybe.
Yeah.
And then it really turns out to be a no. But it's, so it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Two ways.
Yeah. And look, to be fair, like I said, I don't do as many shows with those guys as I used to. I try to not waste anybody's time except the audience.
Okay, there's that. I mean, I do see, I do have the notifications up, so I do see every time that like a Bladtcast production comes up. I mean, it's just there are several things that you've talked about that I'm just like I haven't watched The Mandalorian yet, so when you guys talk about The Mandalorian, it's like I can't jump in there because I haven't seen it.
Well, that's not with those guys. That's like because
there are Bladtcast productions that I see. I have notifications for that come up. So
yeah, because that's the network I was doing shows for. AfterBuzz TV has been on hiatus since July. It's a long hiatus, but we're always hoping that it'll come back. But we decided we still wanted to do some shows, so we try to have fun here. We talk politics too much for one guy. But and Star Trek Discovery, Mandalorian, and Marvel and stuff. So I don't know. We have fun. Well, Coltrane, it is always delightful to have you in the corner with us. We will definitely get you back in the early part of 2021. I actually had to think what year next year was. I'm like the early part of 2020. I'm like, oh no, that's now still 2020. But I hope that you have a merry and a happy out there in Massachusetts.
Well, thank you very much. You also.
Thank you.
Lovely wife and the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're doing great. They're not here now, so that's the key. Anyway, well, thank you, and we'll talk to you again very soon. We'll get back in the corner. Maybe we'll just do a whole corner. Who needs those other losers? We'll just catch up with Coltrane.
You see, and I've got the corner already set up here.
I know. I love that.
Picture. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get people to tweet at Coltrane Leaks questions that we will answer. I assume the Twitter's still there, just no bots.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time that I actually went on Twitter.
Wow.
I don't remember the last time that I was on Facebook was just to give the thumbs up to the people who said happy birthday. Before that, I don't know, it was months. I just don't. I don't know. Everything just got too toxic. Sure. I get it that someone was like, you guys talk politics too much. It's because anything that you say is politics. Oh my God, I'm drinking Fireball. Why are you talking politics so much? Damn you. So it's I just couldn't take it. It's you go on social media and you say anything. You say hello and it's fuck you. It's
yeah.
So I just sort of stopped with social media altogether, which is, fair because I don't know. I would rather sit here and look out at snow than have to deal with people who are going to sit there and cry about everything all the time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You can't even support snow anymore because that's political,
True. What was I thinking?
What you don't believe in global warming? That's why you support snow?
Oh, snow. So you like the whiteness of it? Is that what it is? I see how this is.
So you think that we have President Snow from the Hunger Games. You're trying to say that about politics. Well, Coltrane, we will talk again in 2021. I appreciate you joining us. It was fun to have the whole gang together. But we'll talk to you again soon. At Coltrane Leaks, if people want to try to talk to you.
I like it. See
all right. And the joke that is very obvious right now, this right here, this is the real Bladtcast. But in all honesty, it has been fun to have the real gang, the whole gang here for a little bit more than an hour, and it was a lot of fun having everybody in the chat. I love doing these live shows because we get to see friends there in the chat. Some of them are there regularly, and some of them are people like Patty that we don't see so often. Yeah, exactly. Dominicus Saxon, you know what's up. Okay, now it's the real Bladtcast. But that is our time. We will have some more shows posting in 2020. But this will be the last one that's like a brand new show. I think we have an interview show next week. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll hit the ground running in 2021. And don't forget, the Bladtcast Network, as I mentioned, has the Trump Report, has Star Trek Discovery, has The Mandalorian. We're going to be doing The Mandalorian after show tonight at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. The season finale of The Mandalorian was insane. That's all I'm saying. Watch it. Join us tonight. We'll see you then. But we'll be back next week. We'll get one more in before Christmas, but it'll be an interview show. But that'll be next time on the Bladtcast.